If you are there, just comment, so that I know you are there. It's all right. I was trying to fix the broadcast. It seems it's very noisy. Hello, are you there? Now, what you have to understand here is survey as a whole is just, let me say, it's just like an online passive income, or yeah, a remote job. Let me just call it a remote job. It's a remote job. So like a remote job, you know what it takes. So what they demand from you, what the need is needed of you is just what? Your time. So what is needed of you is your time. So you need to put in your time to earn more. So as or as an individual or a student moving into survey, you have to have this in the back of your mind. If you are this kind of person that maybe you want quick money, you want fast money, you want to earn more, one thing you have to understand is it takes time. Like it require patience and consistency. It's not something that you just move into and you get rich quick. Now when you are going into survey with a mindset of I want to make money, like I want to, like you want to get quick money instantly, then they become very difficult. These are some of the things you need to understand, and some of the things you need to have in the back of your mind when before you move into survey, like starting an online survey. So you have to understand some of these things, like okay, I'm moving into survey, then what are the necessary things I need to understand, what are the necessary things I need to know. So you just get to understand that okay, first it needs my time, then the next one is I have to be, it needs consistency, and then the next one needs genuineness, like trust. Because let it, yeah, once a site trusts you, you see that you'll be making money compared to others who are greedy. Because some persons are going there with greed. So once you are going to a site with greed, at the end of the day you begin to face challenge. Understand? So once you are going to work in a survey site, then you have to also let the win that trust, let the trust you, let the site also trust you. Now we will be working with one site now, for instance, which is popularly known, maybe for instance now life point, for instance. Now life point, they need that consistency and truth. Now see mob for instance, now the only thing is mob they don't want you to have access to the site because of what, you are from Nigeria. So many of us, many of the Nigerians do not have access to survey sites. So for you to have access to that survey site, what you just need to do is what, that's why we need some of these tools, which you have the VPN or the proxy. So the proxy or the VPN now aid you to access some of these sites, some of the restricted sites. So now you have been able to access the restricted sites, and then at the end of the day, instead of you to be consistent, you are still defrauding them. That's why you are going there with a negative mindset. You should, but what is required of you was what? To be what? Positive. Like they needed a positive mindset, but some of us are going there with a negative mindset of defrauding them. You want to make money, you want to pack everything. Now, before you start survey, these are the things you need. First of all, you need what? A UK verified paper. You need a UK verified PayPal or US PayPal, whichever PayPal, but it must be verified. And then another thing you need is what? The foreign bank, right? You need the foreign bank. Now some sites, some survey site pays you directly to your bank, to that your foreign bank, while some survey site pays you to the PayPal, and then you withdraw to the bank. So now, which bank do you need? You need a UK bank, you need UK or US or whichever bank, you need PayPal, and then you now need UK or US this thing, what do we call it? The email, and then you need a foreign number. Now this number will aid you to be able to do what? To verify your account on the site. Now before you start working on the site, now maybe for instance you have gotten your email, you have verified your email, you want to move into site to work, you want to start working on the site. Now this is it. Maybe for instance you choose a site, because normally I paste all the active sites on the platform, so that once you want to start maybe your work, you can pick any of them that you feel like. But the thing is, when you pick a site to work, and maybe accidentally you maybe come across other persons any from another one, maybe let's say somebody pick how do you call it, pick Atapol. Now since Atapol is trending, and then someone pick Atapol, is working with Atapol and is earning from Atapol, and you maybe you just started and you pick Prime Opinion, and then once you are doing, let me say okay, you pick the Atapol and somebody is doing Prime Opinion, which we all know that Atapol is paying very well, and maybe you try to create the account and they ban the account, and then you, instead of you to strategize and know the reason why your account was limited, and you just, because somebody posted withdrawal from Prime Opinion, this person has withdrawn from Prime Opinion, you now rush to Prime Opinion, to make to also create an account there. You are causing confusion, you are confusing your own self. So what you just need to do is what? Since I am working in Prime Opinion, since I'm working with Atapol, or I've started surveying Atapol, let me know why. Okay, my account, I created first account, they limited the account, and then I create another one, they limit it. The next thing is to reach out to your coach, any of your coach, and then let them know. Or on the platform, you should have a platform. So if the platform, you screenshot and say, okay, this is what I've been facing. One or two persons that might have been passing through that same struggle will come up with a solution. You say, okay, this is it too. Once you have this kind of challenge, you gather such challenge, do this, do that. Understand? There will be a solution to that, and at the end of the day, you resolve that problem, whatever you are facing. Understand? So that is just how it works. So now, what am I saying in essence? You try to stick to your own site. If I'm working with Atapol, or I have chosen Atapol for instance to work on, I should be working with Atapol until I know that okay, I have come to understanding of how surveys work. Then I now leave Atapol to maybe now decide to add another site. But not you that you are just starting survey, and then you do Atapol, you create account, they restrict the account, you see another person post Prime Opinion, you rush to Prime Opinion. You are, at the end of the day, the month will finish, you will not get anything. Because of what? You are rushing, you are not being focused, you are just at the center. This one will drop proof, you run to that person. This one will drop proof, you run to that person. So what you just need to do is what? Stick to one side until you become consistent. Now, the side I normally recommend for freshers or those who are just starting survey is Heycash. You can play with Hcash, you can just use that Hcash and learn. And another side again, I will still recommend again for starter is what, how do you call it, branded survey. Branded survey is very good, but the thing is, their this thing is too much, their restriction is very too much. It's like, so you, because you may not even know that they have restricted your account until when you want to withdraw they now ask you for ID card. So creating account on branded is 50-50, creating account on branded survey is 50-50. So you now just create the account and use it and learn. Use branded survey site to learn on how survey work. Use branded site, branded survey to learn how survey work. That is just the essence of branded survey. So but if you want to get a good account on branded, normally we recommend low profile. Now this, because some person will be asking which one is low profile, which one is high profile. Now the low profile just requires you to be someone who is not earning much, because we have people who are earning much and some persons who are just average. Understand, they are just earning average, they have average life. So in this kind of survey, we have that high profile is for those persons who are what, I think, rich wealthy persons who are well doing, right? Even if you are choosing, so now as a wealthy person or high profile person or individual, your car, you have a very expensive car. In short, you love luxurious things. So this kind of template is for persons that love luxurious things. You like big cars, you like all those, in short, trending things. So some survey sites are after people that love luxurious lifestyle. So if you love luxurious lifestyle, then once you apply for that site, they take you. Then if you don't like it, you have low profile, then you don't like all those kind of things, then they will not take you. So once you click on any site, they restrict you. You click on any site, they restrict you. Say it's not suitable for you. Like maybe they will just tell you no survey for you. Understand? All those kind of stuff like that. You click and then they restrict you, or they tell you are not fit for that survey. So those are some of the things you will encounter when you don't have the right template. So first, when they screen you out of any survey site, you first understand why they screen you out. You should understand why they screen you out, not just leaving the site. When you click on a site, now you sign up for that site, you have an account for it, you click on you are taking survey, and once you click on a particular thing and they now screen you out, take note of that very thing, that very one. Another question will come up, and then that question, that you just have to what, take note of it in case of next time. So in case of next time, so you just have to take note of it. Understand? So you have to take note of the kind of question they ask you. So any question they ask you, just take note of that question. Get to understand why you are being screened out of a survey site. Understand why the survey is screening you out. That is what I'm saying in essence. Just try to understand why a survey site is screening you out. Another thing is, let's say okay, you are just starting, since it's for freshers, those persons who are just starting survey, since it's for persons who are just starting survey. Now let's say you want to start and you are confused, you don't know where to start, and this is it. Okay, somebody just met you, all like you have been hearing about survey, online survey, and then now you now decided, okay, to give it a try. Understand? Maybe you are somehow maybe afraid of, you know that scammers are everywhere, so you don't know which one is legit and which one you should trust. So okay, you enter YouTube and you start searching and trying to make your way out so that you get it. So now you on the YouTube, you keep hearing people talking about VPN, proxy, and all that and that and that. Now you don't know, already you have phone, you can now research, okay, what is proxy, what is VPN. Okay, now you say, okay, you already have the idea on what VPN is, and what proxy is, right? Then you now ask yourself, which proxy will I use, which VPN will I use? Understand? Ideally, we normally go with Mysterium VPN for VPN, because Mysterium VPN tend to be very powerful, right? Mysterium VPN is very powerful and is very effective. So if you go for a Mysterium VPN, you understand Mysterium VPN very well, then it works for you. Like me, when I started survey, I started with Mysterium VPN. Then sef I don't have idea for proxy. I started with Mysterium. I was hearing proxy. So I started with Mysterium VPN. Then the only challenge I had with Mysterium VPN was refreshing of the IP, because once you get to a site, they normally ask us to do in-depth analysis, which I'll see come back or come and work on that. We do in-depth analysis. So now that stress of me going to refresh my IP or going to research the IP to see if I'm in the right location or if I'm fit to enter the site, I don't. So that stress was too much. Like, you refresh your IP and then you now go back again and check using the wo.net or using IP score to check. You see that, okay. And when I do all those things, by the time I come back, I might lose interest in the sites. I might not, but then I was just doing because I just started survey. I tried to put in energy, tried to put in the effort to say that I get what I wanted. So that was what I was now doing, using Mysterium VPN. Then on the platform, I kept seeing people talking about proxy. So I now asked about the proxy, how it work, and somebody now recommended an app that I should now download. Instead of the person was after making his own profit, like selling me proxy. Instead of him to tell me the proxy that I can use, he went and gave me the, let me say, the sock. The way proxy works is you have the, let me say, just like the app for just logging in the data. Somebody will give you the login. Maybe you get the login from other site. I'm just using this term so that the freshers, those persons who are just coming to survey, get to understand. Now you have another separate app that generates the login for you. Then you have the other app where you can log in those parameters. So the one that will log in parameter was the one they gave me. I use it, and now was like, how do I get a login? They will ask for IP address, they ask for this. So then I don't even know. I was like, how do I do this thing? I asked you to give me proxy. You went and gave me that app. What will I use the app for? I started doing my own research, trying my own way, until somebody was like, how far? I see people are dropping withdrawal. Somebody say in a week is making 10-15 pounds. Like, among us, then we're just starting. That was around 2025. I say 2024 December and early 2025. That was when I just started. So then that time, during that 2025, early 2025, that is January 2025, I was like, this is a new year. I need to give in more to this stuff. So I now asked them how far this proxy. They now say proxy works better, like it's less stressful. So the person that recommended it for me, so I now asked him, who gave you the profile? How do I get it? The proxy. The guy now recommended somebody that sold the proxy to him. So I had to DM the person and I bought proxy. Then proxy was 5,000 naira. I bought proxy from the guy, and I started seeing results. So now this will bring me to where I'll now tell you that, okay, your success also determine the kind of proxy and the kind of, depends on the kind of tools you use. Let me use that word. Your success bar on this depend on the kind of tools you use to work. Now, if you are using Mysterium VPN, for instance, now you know that, okay, this Mysterium VPN is not that it's not working, it's working, but the stress is there for you to refresh IP and all kind of stuff. And if you want to do it more convenient, how I was doing it, I now dedicated another platform mainly for testing Mysterium VPN. That was Hcash. So I'll just log into my Hcash using my Mysterium. If it detects that if VPN is detected, I know that IP is not good, I go back and do what? And refresh again. So that was what I was doing. I kept on doing that over and over, using that method until I now started using proxy. And when I started using proxy, I got result. Effectively, I started seeing what I needed, like making withdrawal like every other person was making, and I now see changes. So that Mysterium is not working, just that stress. and other things. Now another thing about Prezi is that once you use Prezi, you get a lot of survey. Let me say, if you use Mysterium now, for instance, you may get, let me say, 10 surveys available on the site. When you use this in Super Prezi or any of the Prezi, for instance, and then what you see, you may be seeing up to 20 something surveys available for you. So you see there are differences. The screening will be less if you use Proxy compared to Mysterium VPN or any VPN. And for now, the only VPN that can work effectively is Mysterium VPN. If you go to use, let me say, if you are going to use any other VPN, let me say some person normally try Windscribe. Yes, Windscribe will work for you. Windscribe will work for you, only branded, not other sites. Windscribe will not work for other sites like LifePoint. It will not work. Heycash, it will not work. Top Survey, it will not work. Prime Opinion, it will not work. Opinion profile, or is it this how do they call it, profile survey? There's a name for that survey. Even 5 survey, it will not work. So you see that this other survey that I'm calling top survey, Prime Opinion, this Mobrock and all those ones, they are this thing, they are known as JMentor sites. So the JMentor sites, they have their own policy. They are just like, in short, they are connected. They are mostly connected. For instance, now the same question they ask you on Heycash, you still come to Top Survey and see it there. So if they ban you from Heycash, if you come to Prime Opinion, you might not get access to Prime Opinion because of what the sisters, man. So they are sister site. So if you go to that side, you have issue with them. Once you come back to this other one, they will not answer you. Understand? So they will end up limiting your account. And lately, Mobrock self, we are having a little challenge with Mobrock, because Mobrock, what is there is, you create account, your account might be deactivated. Why some person said they begin to delete them for withdrawal and all those things, which I know that you can reach out to the customer care and you get. But the thing is, getting account with Mobrock now is very difficult. So this is it. How do I get started? You get your what? You get your UK email, because I'm teaching UK. You get your UK email. How do I use this UK email? That is it. First, how do I create the UK email? Just make sure that you log in your survey, your proxy, log in the proxy, and then create the email. The next thing is your time. Change the time zone. To the country. Now, since we are working with UK now, you change your time zone to UK. Let the time zone be what? Be UK. So from there, you go to your IP score or world.net to check if you are safe before you enter the site. Try to check if you are safe before you enter the site, so that you not enter a site and then at the end of the day your account is deactivated. So I said that first, before you create the email, get a proxy, get a UK proxy, and then create it. How do you create it? Make sure that while you are creating, your VPN is on. Once you create it, automatically it becomes a UK email, and then you lock the VPN. Whenever you are accessing any site, always lock your VPN. Always lock your VPN or proxy. Remember I said the VPN or proxy, they are the same thing. The both will change your location, but it depends on the one you feel like you are okay. Now VPN is less expensive. Lately now, many persons could buy like proxy, like Mysterium now. Why I say Mysterium is less expensive? Because you can join with somebody and purchase, or you look for somebody that can join you. Like, okay, let me say proxy, Mysterium now is 25,000. Like 5 persons can get it. So you just join yourself and purchase it. Whereas proxy, yes, normally you can get them in gig. Well, you can get proxy in gig. The one I sell now is 10,000 naira. So those one you can just get it for a month and you are good to go. So I always recommend proxy, super proxy for us. I recommend proxy for us. It's very good, it's very effective, and you can use it and you get result. So that is just that. So once you have created your email, the first thing to do after you have created your email is to ask yourself, which site am I to access? Since Atapol is trending, should I use the Atapol? should I try another one? There is this other one again, they call it King Survey. Should I try all those kind of? So if you cannot, instead of you to go and risk your account or your phone ID for now, you can, since you are just starting, you go to this site, just go to like site like HeyCash and use it and try. Start with those ones first. But remember, once you subscribe for your VPN or your proxy, start counting for you. But that first subscription, me I always advise you, don't take that one to mind. Just use that one as a means of learning, because for you to learn how to answer question on survey site, you need the proxy to access those site, right? So the first account that you might create, you only just be working on the site. If you encounter challenge, you screenshot it and drop on the platform. If you encounter any challenge, you screenshot it and drop on the platform. Once I see it, I go answer you and I say, okay, this is what you should do. Even if I don't answer you, other persons available on the platform could answer you, because mostly I'm always busy at work. So since I'm busy at work, I might not have time to attend to those messages. So, but if somebody is there on the group, some persons they are already into surveys for long and they are there in the platform. Some persons are just there just maybe to get one or two updates. So they already have idea on survey. So now once you encounter the challenge, drop it there, they will answer you. They will tell you, okay, this is what you have to do. If you have any challenge, they will let you know the way out. Understand? So that is just it. Pick a site, you start working. You don't wait. There's nothing else. You have gotten your VPN, you have gotten your proxy, you have gotten your email, your UK email. You already know how to lock your VPN. You already know how to lock your VPN. Now I did a video. The video is there. You can check on the shorts or any of the other side. Check. I made a video on how to lock your proxy or VPN. Now watch that video. You learn how to lock it. Once you lock it, then you become safe to enter any site. So now why are you locking it? The thing is, sometimes your phone get disconnected without you knowing it. Now you enter the site to go and work, and as you are working, unfortunately, you discover that your VPN has disconnected. And your location instantly, like site like life will just tell you there's no survey available. They'll just screen you out instantly and tell you no survey available. That account is gone. Otilo. That is just it for that one. So when you are working on that site, just try to be conscious and be very vigilant. Try to observe. So to save yourself and save the stress and all that risks, just lock your VPN and be working. If the VPN disconnect, you see that you will not be connected to server again. You just go back and on the VPN or the proxy again and continue working. There you'll be safe and you work and get your result. So now, how do I receive my payment? Now most survey sites, aside to intermediate site, pays directly to your PayPal through the email that is linked to the PayPal. I normally use LivePoint because I know that yes, LivePoint is popular. Now LivePoint, when you are creating LivePoint account, you use the email that is attached to your PayPal to the LivePoint. Once you successfully create the account, once it's time to withdraw, they pay you directly. They just pay through that one, that tax, since it's the email. You don't need to add any other thing. But now you see intermediate site, you can send the money to me. You can send it to anybody that has PayPal. You can send it to anybody. That one doesn't need you. You don't need to have PayPal to work on that side. The only thing that side requires of you is your UK number. So once you have it, you are good to go. Now the next thing. Now let's say you have chosen a site. You have chosen a site to work, and maybe for instance now LivePoint. You remember I said low profile, high profile. Now LivePoint uses low profile. Branded survey uses low profile. Now you have chosen that site to work. Now you have to do what? Get your template. The template for LivePoint, which is low profile, you get that one and save it and title it. You understand? Title it. You have your age. Now for low profile, normally I recommend that you should go with what? 25 to 30 years. That is for low profile. I normally recommend 25 to 30 years. That is for the age. And then you have to be what? You don't have to be working though. You don't have to be working. And since I don't even have battery again, I'll end the class. Maybe we'll continue next time. You don't have to be working. Understand? You can sometimes some person call it student account. You can be a student, but it's either even if you are working, you are not earning much. You are not earning much from that site. from where you are working. So you could either be a supervisor, you can choose supervisor, and then don't choose IT. Now so many persons have been working with IT, so now IT is now saturated. Don't choose IT. Another thing is the location. People have been working with London. Now don't use London again. Change to another different site. I mean another country, like let's say in London, I mean in UK now, you can use Scotland, you can use Northern Ireland, you can use Wales, any of them. You can use them, choose one. That is for the low profile. Then if you want to use high profile now, high profile mainly you can use them for tramedial site. There are a lot of tramedial site. You can use the high profile for that one. High profile is that you're either 35, 36 to 40 years of age. 35, 36, you can choose your age there, choose your sex, and you are earning very well. Understand? You are earning very well when it comes to that one. So your minimum, your minimum earning should be £100,000, £100,000 to £200,000. That should be your minimum earning. That is for the high profile. And then the car you are driving, your car, in short, look for the latest top car in UK. Look for it. That car should be your own car. The latest top car, look for it. That one should be your own car. So you look for what is trending, and what is trending in UK, that's what you go for. Abi, now, and then another thing again you have to work with again is your company. Now, since you are earning very high and you are driving the latest car in UK, then the company you have, that company is your own company. Understand? You have your own brand, you have your own company, because you want people that are already into business, they are business minded. So you have your own company. Understand? So you are self-employed, you are the CEO. Understand? You are a CEO, you have your own job. So you are earning from £100,000 to whatever, maybe £200,000, £300,000. So that is just it for that one. Then which other thing am I even leaving behind? Yes, now I said I should not use tech again. Maybe you are going for tramedial site. I said we should not use tech again. Don't use IT and tech. Don't use it. Now look for banking and finance. Go for banking and finance. Choose banking and finance. Use banking and finance and work. Now it will give you result. You start earning. So now when you use this site, you get high potential of success on the site, because so many people, imagine the kind of person, numbers of people that are online already working, doing surveys, carrying out survey. So if everyone is IT, and you now pick IT, they will now pick those persons. Let me say, okay, the company now need only, let's say 2,000 persons for IT, and you are choosing IT. So once they have gotten their 2,000 candidate for that IT position, any other person that is coming will not get access. So they now tell you are not qualified for this survey. Check back or check other one. You see back, because they have gotten the numbers of persons they need for that survey. So survey will tell you that they have gotten the numbers of persons they need. So what do? Just try to do something different. Since everybody is doing IT, you change from IT. Understand? So now another side that we know that persons can do and earn money very well, another thing that somebody can do and earn money very well is what? At least as a bank or as a banker, or maybe somebody that is into let's say financial stuff, anything that has to do with banking, you are doing very well. Understand? So when you choose your degree, for instance now you choose BSc what? Maybe banking and finance, and then they now ask you your role, your position, your company. Now when you choose banking and finance, you can now choose IT in banking and finance, so which means you are into tech in banking and finance. You can choose that one. Normally they give you some option like that. Maybe you have chosen banking and finance or finance, then they now ask you your role in that company aside the CEO, another role you are playing there. You can be a tech in that banking. So anything that has to do with tech, let's say data and data analysis and all those kind of stuff, you are in charge. So you see those kind of stuff. So you just have to play around. So anything you are doing there, you have to be smart. Another thing that will help you so that you don't mix up things. Since I already said you should build your template, this is a template we are building. Build a template. So another thing that will help you is to work alongside with ChatGPT. ChatGPT will help you. Now you program your ChatGPT so that it will be answering survey for you. Now go to a particular part of your ChatGPT, one of the folder, open that folder and save it as what? Survey, or my survey mentor or my survey tutor. Then now tell it, write a prompt and let it know that okay, this folder as it is mainly for survey. So you'll be giving me answers as if it's for high profile. Tell it you'll be giving me answer as a rich man in UK. Then give him your address, give him everything that they need to do in that prompt that you are giving it. Write your address, write your position in the company, write everything you need to know. If you don't really know how to generate that very prompt that will program that ChatGPT, go to a separate site of the ChatGPT, explain to it, then tell it to give you a prompt that you use to program the ChatGPT. It will give you. Once you explain everything to ChatGPT, let it understand what you want to do. Then tell it to generate a prompt that you use to program the ChatGPT. It will give you. You now use it and program him. So that is how it works. So the very ChatGPT will give you prompt that you use to program it. So that is it. So once you have programmed your ChatGPT for it, any question they give you from survey side, just take it there, drop it there to answer it for you. You take it back to them. So now another thing, when you are copying a question, copying answer, you don't copy it. Maybe you go and copy and go and paste directly. You don't just copy and go and paste. Remember, it's same AI that is screening your question, your answers. Now AI is asking you question, you now take it to another AI now generate the answer for you. You take it back to AI to go and give it. No, nah, it will know that this thing is coming from another AI. It can even tell you where it's coming from. So you just copy it, go and change it back to human form. Change it back to human. If you don't have that, in short, remove the comma, remove the full stop. Understand? Reduce the write-up, because AI may give you long write-up. Reduce it so that it looks natural, and then you paste it there. At the end of the day, you start building your account, and the account gets stronger and stronger day after day. Now let's say okay, you are working with LifePoint. Now LifePoint, since it's still fresh, your LifePoint is fresh, new account. Now you create it. Once you create it today, do only one survey, which is called profile survey. Don't do it again. Don't do another survey, leave it till the next day. Can do one. Then from there, don't do any other survey again. Leave it. Maybe 2-3 days after, you can do one. Maybe if you are doing for Transmedia site, you pick Hcash, and the Hcash now, if you do one survey today, same thing applicable. Leave it till the next day. You do one, maybe next week. Now don't try to maybe saturate yourself with so many questions, because there will be a lot of questions for you to answer in Hcash, and you don't know that. Well, by the time you answer all, maybe getting to the end of the week, they will ask you for UK number. So now what is your own target now is to see that they don't ask you for UK number within that very week. So you try to make them to ask you for UK number the next week. So that, why is it so? So that by that time they might have gone through your questions and your answers, and then they will give you feedback, a report of how you can, and the responses you give, they will give you. But if you allow them to ask you for number that very week you just created that account, that account is gone. That account is gone. So you allow it to cross to the next week. So how do you do it? You answer one question today, allow the account. The next day answer one. Next, then skip 2-3 days after. Understand? Skip 2-3 days after, don't answer again. Maybe 4-5 days, you now answer again, so that it will enter the next Monday. So Monday, if you started your account maybe in the evening, maybe let's say Monday evening, you wait till Monday of next week evening. New week, new report. If you start your account, let's say for instance on Friday, don't expect results for the next Monday. They will not give you a statement of account next Monday. It's the next 2 weeks Monday. Understand? 2 weeks Monday after, they will now give you. So you have to play smart here. Play very smart with them, so that once you get that statement or your report, you get the report, then you know what to do next. So once you allow them to give you that report, now why are we waiting for the report? We want them so that once we give the number, they can easily allow our account, release our account. They will not ban the account or shallow ban the account. But if you allow them to preview your questions and still ask for number, and you give the number that very week, to become very strict with you, and then at the end of the day you might not get anything. So let them preview the account, go through everything they want to go through and give you a report that, okay, oh, this is what you earned as of last week, or this is what you did, oh, and they will really want you to continue with them, oh, and then now you now put effort now, and then they will now ask you, okay, give us the number, give us a UK number for verification. You give them the UK number, that is it, you are good to go. Understand? So these are the ways, these are some of the things you need to take into consideration for you to get a successful account, working account that will pay you very well. I think for so far I will have to stop here, and then on the next class what I'm going to do is I will still give us some tips on how to go about our profile survey. We have a profile survey, how to answer your profile survey and how to go about it. If you have questions on other things, maybe you have challenge or other questions like something I didn't mention, or I skipped anything, you can drop it on the comment section, and then I'll go through it and then I explain for us. If you have other challenge aside this one, because mainly the class was for the new students and other person that are just coming into the business, so this class was mainly for them. So or any challenge, you can drop it on the comment section. I will go through it. Thank you for your time and sticking to the end of the class.